Hey everybody, it's your boy Mo Money Incorporated with his youngest son, Yoshe. Yoshe, say a few words to the people.
Hello everyone, how are you all doing?
There you go. Today, you see we have a box of circulated pennies, and we are primarily focusing on finding wheat pennies. Here in New Jersey, we usually find anywhere between 15 to 20 wheat pennies per box. So hopefully we have a good one, because it's been a while since Mo Money has given you a video. But today, we're going to try to do our best for you. Let's begin the hunt. Yoshe, I was thinking maybe we'll do the first roll live for the people and show them my technique on hunting pennies. So let's just open this roll up. Spread the pennies out a little bit. Alright, and what I like to do is I like to take all of the shield pennies out first. So you'll see me putting them in my hand. I don't really check those for errors. I know there are a few errors that you can look for on shield pennies, but there's just so many to choose from that I don't really think it's worthwhile doing. Alright, let's see, looking for some wheat pennies. Finding a handful of shields so far. There's our first wheat penny. So we'll be going to the coin microscope to show you the wheat penny that I just found. And also I found a 2009 in this roll. So let's cut over to the coin microscope. Wow, Yoshe, we are off to a great start, as our first wheatie out of the box in roll 1 is a 1935 filly. Also in that first roll was a 2009 Presidential Years in pretty good condition. I'm not always going to film the 2009s or the Canadian pennies that we find, but I figured I'd show you this one since we already found a wheatie in this roll. Hey everybody, we're on roll number 5, and I have to hand a penny over to Yoshe. Yoshe, put this one under the scope for the people. Switch over to the scope if you will. And show that one off. A 1906 Indian head. I didn't even bring up looking for Indian heads in my introduction because we have searched so many boxes, Legits or Noobs, Bionic Bull 88 and myself, and we haven't found a 1906 or any Indian head for the longest time. But we found one today. So we have 2 pennies found, a 1935 wheatie, and now a 1906 Indian head. We've also found a few Canadian pennies and a few more 2009s. Roll number 6 has produced our second wheatie of the box, but third find. It's a 1946 filly. We'll probably find a few more of them before the hunt's over. And we're back with roll number 7, producing the third wheatie of the box. It's a little beat up, it's a little worn, but it's a 1944 out of Philly. We'll definitely be seeing more of those as the hunt continues. This box continues to be red hot as our 8th roll produces our 4th wheatie of the box, a 1957 out of Philly. It's a common year, but we'll take it. Roll number 11 has brought us our 5th wheatie of the box, a 1940 out of Philly. Let's see if we can find any more. This box continues to be red hot as we have found our 6th wheatie of the box in the 12th roll, a 1947 out of Philly. This box continues to produce the wheaties at an incredible pace. In the 14th roll, we've actually found 2 wheaties, a 1957, that's our second of the box from 1957, and Yoshe, show them the other one, a 1950, what is that, a 1950 or a 1956?
50.
1950 out of Philly. So 2 out of that roll, which was roll number 14. Roll number 16 produces yet another Wheatie, 1950 out of Philly. I believe we also had one the roll before from 1950. So we have, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That was the 9th Wheatie of the box, and we are only through 16 rolls. Roll number 17 has given us 2 more Wheaties. The first one from 1956 out of Philly, and the second one, a 1946 out of Philly. Both common years, but we'll take it as we now have 11 Wheaties for the box. This box continues to produce the Wheaties as roll number 20 has given us a common year in 1945 out of Philly. I can't believe this box. It's a 1936 out of roll 24. Remember, we already have a 1935 Philly and a 1906 Indian head. This box is doing fantastic. Roll number 27 has produced us a 1952D, which reminds me, if you're commenting on this video and you collect Wheaties, we could really use Wheaties from 1940 and down, and earlier, if you want to call it earlier. We don't get many D mint marks or S mint marks, so we're always looking to either buy or trade with other people on YouTube. So hit us up if you have those years in D or S mint marks from 1909 to 1940. It's funny that we were just talking about D and S mint marks, and roll 28 comes out with the 15th Wheatie of the box, a 1950 S mint mark. I love my S mint marks. So remember, if you have them, we're willing to buy or trade for them. Well, as it was bound to happen, boxes get hot and boxes get cold. We were scorching hot in the beginning, and now the box has cooled off a little bit. But this is still roll 39, and it brings us a 1951 out of Philly, which makes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16 Wheaties for the box. Roll number 40 brings us a 1941 out of Philly, making it the 17th Wheatie of the box. Roll number 48 finally brings us back to the Wheatie land, where we find a 1947 out of Philly and a 1945 out of Philly, making it the 18th and 19th pennies of the box. And we're back with row 49, producing our 20th Wheatie of the box, a 1956 D out of Denver. Well, ladies and gents, we're back, and as you can see, the box is now empty. 50 rolls in the book. We found 20 Wheaties today. What I'm going to do now is go through all the pennies, separating the copper from the zinc. I'll get back to you with the final copper count, and if we find any varieties, I'll make sure to show you them as well. I will also put the pennies together, all the copper, all the Canadian, all the Lincoln cents from 2009, and we'll do a final wrap up in our next scene. So here we are with our final wrap up. The first thing I want to show you where we had 4 S mint marks. We had a 1968 S, a 1969 S, a 1971 S, and a 1972 S. Next, we go to the year 1959, with the first 2 being from 1959 and being Denver mints, and the next 4 being all Philadelphia mints. And check this one out right here. Pretty nice condition. Next, we go to the year 2009, with the first 2 being the early childhood, the next one being the formative years, and the next 2 being the professional life. And check out the condition of those 2009s. Pretty good condition. Next, we had our neighbors up north giving us 9 Canadian cents. More money, I only see 8 Canadian cents there. That's because the 9th one is on the scoop. Yo, Shay, go to the scoop. This penny is from 1867 to 1992, as you can see. So that's 125 years, so it must be some kind of anniversary cent. Also, I have a question. What years were the Canadian cents made of copper? Please get back to me and leave a comment. This box had 2 more amazing finds from 1973, both of them out of the Denver Mint, with JFK looking back at Lincoln. I love my counter stamp cents. So if you have any and you want to donate some to my channel, it's MoMoneyInc that you need to send me an email to. coolcoins2014@gmail.com. Next, we have our 9 pennies from the 1950s decade, starting with a 1950 S, which is always nice to see some S mint marks, to a 1957. Next, we had our 9 1940 wheat pennies, ranging in years from 1940 to 1947. Nothing real special there, but they do fill a hole. Next, we had 2 pennies from the 30s decade, one of them being a 1935 out of Philly, the other being a 1936 out of Philly. And now, the star of the show, an Indian head penny, found early on in the box from the year 1906. Now, I'm not an expert on grading, and if you know anything about grading, I would really appreciate your comments on the 2 pennies from the 1930s decade, as well as the Indian head penny. This is Mo Money Incorporating, thanking you for checking out my video. I plan on making more videos, both from pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, half dollars, you name it. I'll make the video with the help of my boy Yoshe. Yoshe, thank you for assisting me today. Please check out my videos in the near future. If you like what you see, please subscribe. I'm trying to climb to 750 subscribers so I can do another giveaway. Hey, one last thing about this box that I forgot to mention. It had 630 copper pennies from 1982 and earlier out of 2,500 pennies. That's a whopping 25.2%. Once again, this is Mo Money Incorporating, thanking you for checking out my video, and I hope you'll join me in my next hunt.